Did you know that liberalism is the belief in democratic reforms and individual freedom? And up until the 17th century, this belief wasn't so common. And that's what led to the fame of today's most influential human. Greetings to the amazing people of this weird planet called Earth. Yes, weird planet called Earth. Welcome to another enlightening episode of history's most influential humans. I'm your humble host, Damilare Mapa. Okay, sorry, I think I was shouting there. Today's episode is going to be a short one because of the effect of my current fast. Yeah, fasting. But regardless, you definitely learned something valuable from it. So let's go straight into it. On 29 August 1632, in a quiet village in England, John Locke was born. Soon after, his parents relocated to Pensford, where Locke grew up. In 1647, he attended the Westminster School in London, and after finishing his studies there, he was admitted into Oxford University at age 20, where he later studied medicine. In February 1675, he obtained his bachelor's degree in medicine, and although he planned to become a doctor, his plans changed when he met an ambitious politician, Anthony Ashley Cooper, also known as the first Earl of Shaftesbury, who visited Oxford to find a cure to a liver disease he had. Impressed by Locke, the politician asked Locke to move to London to be a part of his household, and Locke agreed. This was the beginning of Locke's diversion into political philosophy and so much more. Along the line, Locke helped Ashley to cure his liver disease and earned his loyalty. Subsequently, Locke began diving into philosophy, and a few of the reasons why he is most influential up until today includes his great contributions to the philosophical beliefs involving how we should educate our children, who should rule over us, and what we should do about those who have different religious ideologies from us. Through his essay in 1667 called A Letter Concerning Toleration, he emphasized the wisdom in allowing religious freedom and diversity, which was threatened by the government at the time, because he described the individual beliefs in religion and religious settings as harmless and a fundamental right that shouldn't be tampered by any individual or government. In 1689, he published another book called The Two Treatises of Government, which tried to answer the question of who should rule the country and on what foundation they should rule. This book went against the notion that God appointed kings who were the rulers at the time, thus the monarch system of government was in place. This view of his in the first and second treatises of government greatly influenced the belief in the right of people to choose whoever they wanted to rule them, and also rebel when their rulers wasn't in favor of their well-being and fundamental human rights. This greatly influenced changes in the world at that time, for example, the American Declaration of Independence. And in 1693, he wrote a book, Some Thoughts Concerning Education, which is a significant influence on what education should be. This book was inspired by the request from a man called Edward Clarke in 1684, asking Locke to advise him on how to raise his young boy, even though Locke never married or gave birth throughout his lifetime. Locke gave his advice in a series of letters, which he later turned into a book. Locke said that every human being starts their life with a blank mind, which he called tabula rasa, and knowledge and wisdom is derived from experience, a concept now known as empiricism. Locke meant that the kind of education we receive while we are young is what shapes our personality in life, because they are the foundations of our understanding of life. So he described that we should be careful of the information young words accommodate and observe, for it can either make or mar their future. He suggested that the educational curriculum should feature what would be of valuable use to young people in their future, such as science, ethics, business, and philosophy. And he hated the idea of studying subjects he considered useless, like Latin, Greek, music, and poetry. Locke wrote numerous essays and books, but these views and philosophy are his most famous and influential up until today. I wonder which of them you resonate and agree with though. So Locke died in October 1704 and was said to have died one of the most famous men in Europe, preaching religious toleration, kicking against political and government tyranny, and advocating the importance of giving our children valuable education, especially in their childhood. Quite interesting. Well, that's it on today's episode of HMIH Fam. Hope you gained at least something, anything. Kindly drop feedback on what you think about today's episode on any of my social media handles. I would really appreciate, and I would love for us to continue that conversation. Till the next 2 weeks, fam. Yours truly, Damila Mapa, is signing out. Peace.